Today we're going to talk about graphing horizontal and vertical lines. So let's start with an equation like x equals 2. What does this mean? Well, first of all, if we were going to make a table of values of points on this line of x, y points, this says that x is 2. The only thing x can ever be is 2. So no matter what y is, x is 2. So if x is 2, y could be -4. If x is 2, y could be 0. X is 2 when y is 3. It doesn't matter what y is. X is always 2. So if we looked at this and we plotted these points, we would have the point -4, 2, 0, and 2, 3. What is this? It's a vertical line. So first thing I'm going to see about this is it has no y value. If it has no y value, no output, it's not a function. Not a function. Vertical lines are not a function because they majorly failed the vertical line test. They are vertical lines. So if it doesn't have an output, that means that the input is the same all the time. You can't have more than one input. X can't repeat or it's not a function. Now, I have a little acronym that helps you remember this. When you have only an x equals 2, and no y, you use VUX. VUX means vertical lines have undefined slope and only an x. So when you only see an x and no y, x equals 2, you know it's a vertical line. You know it's undefined slope. It crosses the x-axis at 2. So let's try one that only has a y. When it only has a y, this is saying that y is 0. So no matter what x is, y is always 0. X could be -2, it could be 0, it could be +1. So if I go to the graph and plot these points, -2, 0, 0, 0, and 1, 0, what do I have now? I have a horizontal line. Or horizontal, this one actually is the x-axis. If y is 0, I'm graphing the x-axis. So if there's only a y, I use HOY. If there's only a y, it's a horizontal line with 0 slope. This is 0 fun, says slope dude, 0 slope. It crosses the y-axis at 0. Here's the y-axis. Where does it cross it? 0, because that's what it says, that y is 0. So instead of having to make a table of values every time, I wanted you to understand what it looks like and why it graphs this way. But instead of making a table of values every time, how about let's just use our acronyms. So if x is -3, there's only an x, so I use VUX, vertical line with undefined slope. X is 1, 2, 3, go to x of -3 and make a vertical line. It's as easy as that to graph horizontal and vertical lines. So what does it do? It crosses the x-axis at -3, which is basically what this says right there. So here's another one. X is 0. This is VUX again, vertical line, undefined slope. If x is 0, what am I graphing? I'm graphing the y-axis. It's a vertical line on 0, crosses the x-axis at 0. So what about a y? When I have only a y, I use my acronym HOY. It's a horizontal line. It has 0 slope. So when there's only a y, I go to y of 2 and I make my horizontal line. It's that easy. 0 slope, horizontal line at 2 because it crosses the y-axis at 2. Now, here's another y. That would be another HOY. Crosses the y-axis at -4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's horizontal because it only has a y. So it should be that easy if you use the acronyms HOY and VUX. So HOY means when you only have a y in your equation, you have 0 slope, you have a horizontal line. VUX means when you only have an x in your equation, you have a vertical line with undefined slope.